predator. If he's doing that, what's he going to do next?
Indecent exposure reported at a local park. Residents react as police launch an investigation.
Also not ready to throw in the towel just yet. Joe Commander wants a recount, whereas his opponent in the race for Ector County Sheriff, Mike Griffiths, ready to pin on his new badge.
And a look at what taxpayers purchased to enhance security at the border. Hear why the governor says the feds are not doing enough. This and more on the way tonight.
Live from Midland, Odessa, and Big Spring, we're Basin Trusted, Basin Proud. This is Local 2 News at 10 in HD.
Our cameras rolling as police move in on an Odessa park earlier today following reports of a man exposing himself there just last night. That's where we start tonight, and thank you for joining us.
Local 2 News, the only crew on the scene as officers blanketed Comanche Trail Park. Authorities say someone called 911 Tuesday reporting a case of indecent exposure in that area. Our own Tyler Wessner spoke with OPD about the case. He also heard from concerned residents at the park. Tyler leads us off live from the control room tonight. Tyler?
That's right, guys. Police say they started investigating after receiving a call about this incident last night. And I spoke with one local today who says this is becoming all too common, and that's why she tries to stay away from the area.
The only things I've ever heard about that location has been someone exposing themselves, and it's been a few times over the past year.
Odessa's Comanche Trail Park, the site of an alarming reoccurrence. Residents say there's been multiple instances of men exposing themselves at the park. And for that reason, Brooke Adams won't take pictures there for her photography business.
It was sometime last year, a friend of mine had visited with her family, and there was a man that was exposing himself while at the park, and ever since then, there's just no way I could chance myself, my children, or my client ever going there.
Adams says police need to patrol the area more often because of this perturbing past.
There's all the stigma and the bad raps that West Texas and especially the Midland Odessa area has had lately. I really think they could have someone there to police or to look after.
And her wish was granted Wednesday afternoon as Corporal Paul Hurley with Odessa Police walked the park looking for any suspicious activity.
Well, we've had reports of indecent exposure, and we just want to make sure everything is safe for everybody to enjoy the park.
One of those people enjoying the park Wednesday, Jubal Scarborough, playing a round of disc golf with his buddies. He tells me he's heard of the prior incidents as well.
I know he's done this in the past before, and I was wondering, I guess they hadn't caught the guy, but, for him to come out here at the park where the kids come out and play, I think they need to get this guy.
Scarborough even worries the man could be out to do more damage to the eyes of the innocent public.
It seems like he's been getting away with this for the last few months. It seems like he's been coming up here a lot. This guy's a predator. If he's doing that, what's he going to do next?
Now, police say the man is white in his mid to late 30s, and if you see anything suspicious, they urge you to give them a call. Live in the control room, Tyler Wessner, Local 2 News.
New at 10, police expected to beef up patrol in South Odessa. This after residents reported several 18-wheelers driving through neighborhoods. Local 2 News reached out to the city, who tells us this is illegal. Officials say the trucks are probably passing through to avoid construction. We're told truck drivers can get a ticket if they're caught doing this. Over in the Tall City, several unlocked cars hit up in a string of vehicle burglaries. Midland police warn this is a reoccurring crime on the rise. We're told the latest bunch happening around Patman Place, Briarwood, Brazos, and Canadian Avenue. And in every case, the doors were unlocked. In some of the cases, the thieves stole guns. The last rash of burglaries was reported not too far from the north side of town in Whittleway and Essex Park back in January. Officers say the crooks involved there also targeted unlocked vehicles. The break-ins happened between 8 p.m. and 7 a.m. on Mondays and Tuesdays.
We are your local election headquarters. The provisional votes are in for the Ector County Sheriff's race. After a tight race, Mike Griffiths is ready to accept that position, but his opponent wants a recount. Local 2's Ryan Martin joining us live in the studio to explain tonight. Ryan?
Tyler, Sheriff-elect Mike Griffiths receives 15 provisional votes while Commander receives 7, but Commander tells me he still plans to pursue a recount. The provisional votes are in.
I'm excited and ready to step up and do a good job for the citizens of Ector County.
According to the Ector County Elections Office, out of the 90 Republican provisional ballots cast, 23 were counted. 15 votes went to the sheriff-elect Mike Griffiths and 7 for Joe Commander, in a race where every vote is crucial.
I was confident, cautiously optimistic that I would come out okay on the provisional votes.
But Griffiths' opponent Joe Commander tells me over the phone he still plans to file a petition for a recount by Monday's deadline.
We are leaning towards that recount. I don't want to wake up 10 years from now wondering what would have happened if I hadn't have done it.
And Griffiths says he can't blame his opponent.
It was a close race. I don't know that I wouldn't do the same thing if it was that close.
Griffiths also tells me in all his years in law enforcement, he has never seen a sheriff's race this close. Live in the studio, Ryan Martin, Local 2 News.
We'll have to see how it all pans out, Ryan. Thanks for that tonight. Elsewhere, District 1 in Odessa still awaiting a representative. The city says residents still can get their voices heard.
If they feel more comfortable going to their elected official, even though District 1 doesn't have anyone specifically for that district at this time, Mayor Turner is elected at large and does represent the entire city. So
Andrea Goodson with the city of Odessa telling us that anyone interested in filling the vacancy on the city council can submit their name to Odessa's city secretary. The council will contact them for an interview as they continue their search on who they would like to appoint.
Meanwhile, on the campaign trail, Texas Senator Ted Cruz getting another boost. Today, former presidential candidate Carly Fiorina backed Cruz, despite 3 more wins for GOP frontrunner Donald Trump last night. Fiorina told a crowd in Florida she's checked the box for Ted and urges voters to do the same.
We need a real conservative who will provide real conservative solutions in people's lives. That is the only way we beat Donald Trump, and that is the only way we are going to beat Hillary Clinton, and Ted is the man to do it.
On the Democratic side, Bernie Sanders celebrated an upset victory over Hillary Clinton in Michigan, but Clinton won big in Mississippi, giving her a bigger delegate haul in yesterday's voting. And speaking of the Democrats, tonight they faced off for the second time this week. Both Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders breaking with President Obama on the subject of immigration. They stated in tonight's debate they would not deport any children living illegally in the U.S. Recently, the Obama administration under scrutiny for deportation raids, which focused on immigrants who arrived from countries in Central America who were not granted asylum in the U.S. But here in the Lone Star State, Governor Greg Abbott says Texas must send more resources and money to secure the border. Abbott's remark come the day after Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick toured what's known as the Rio Grande sector. As Rachel Glaser explains, the visit shows what taxpayers got for $800 million spent on border security.
Boots on the ground, boats in the water, and planes in the air. This is what Texans paid for. State lawmakers sent $800 million down south to tighten security at the border.
It confirms the reason why we invested.
Governor Greg Abbott says Tuesday's tour reaffirms 3 things. Number 1, the Mexico border is full of holes. 2, the federal government is not doing enough to secure the border.
We continue to see a dramatic influx of people who are coming across the border illegally.
And 3,
the necessity that unless and until the federal government does its job to secure the border, Texas must continue to allocate the resources that are needed.
Governor Abbott says the state must continue to do more and spend more, despite criticism from Texas Democrats that the federal government should cover the cost.
We have a president who's doing nothing to secure the border, to enforce the immigration laws, and Barack Obama is sending the message, come on in, to everybody.
That's why Governor Abbott hopes the next U.S. president will do more to secure the border.
We will have a wall.
Whether or not that means a wall, Abbott says that's up for the next administration to decide. But the Republican governor did endorse Ted Cruz for president.
We will build a wall that works, and I'll get Donald Trump to pay for it.
Abbott says he wants Texas to get paid, too.
For the cost that we have come out of pocket on to do the federal government's job.
President Obama will be in the state's capital city Friday, but he won't be seeing Abbott.
It's not on my schedule.
Rachel Glaser, Local 2 News.
Abbott says his concerns at the border tie into another one of his top priorities to ban sanctuary cities in the state of Texas. That's something Abbott says he plans to push with the state lawmakers during the 2017 legislative session.
Moving to an update tonight here closer to home, residents in Big Spring might soon see a small spike in utility bills. In Tuesday night's Big Spring City Council meeting, the board unanimously approved an average increase of 2.5% in residents' natural gas bills. Officials say the new gas rates will go into effect on March 15th. Speaking of utilities, Odessans will get another option to pay theirs. Speaking of utility bills, starting tomorrow, the city will officially get rid of its night drop box and will open a kiosk. The machine opens at 11 a.m. You can find it near the south doors of City Hall.
Over in the Tall City, another change to the original plans for the space that once was the downtown county courthouse. An update tonight on the Hotel Santa Rita project. The Midland Development Corporation approved an amendment to its agreement with city officials and hotel developers. It allows for construction drawings of the hotel and Centennial Park improvements to be at least 50% complete by April 30th. It's a drop from the original 90% agreement. With at least 11 tank battery fires this year in Howard County, firefighters now tell us they remain on high alert during storms in the basin. Officials tell us they believe the tanks made out of static-prone fiberglass are bigger targets for lightning strikes. Now the department upped its artillery with a new truck to fight against these types of tank battery fires.
Our new pumper 10, it carries 3,000 gallons of water, 110 gallons of Class B foam. It'll pump 2,000 gallons a minute, and it's a big dog.
We're told the truck has come in handy fighting all 11 fires this year.
Well, still to come tonight at 10, pause for patience.
You put your left foot in, you put your left foot up, put your left foot in, and you shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey, and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all.
Meet the four-legged, tail-wagging pup lifting spirits at Medical Center Hospital.
And your weather forecast, still looking for windy conditions. Could see some wet weather, cool temperatures too. Sticking with us Thursday, Friday. Spring-like weather still expected for the weekend. Your weather's next.